Well, hello there. Francis here with the Texas Roadrunner channel. If you remember last September of 2018, I did a road trip that I named the Highway 90 road trip from here to, I guess, Hondo, and then from Hondo I went up north into the Texas Hill Country. And then in the Texas Hill Country I went to Fredericksburg, Texas, home of the National Museum of the Pacific War. Now, why that facility is there is because Admiral Nimitz, who was the head honcho in the Pacific Theater during World War II, that was his childhood home. And so it made sense to put that facility there. So I just touched base a little bit on that on my videos of that road trip, and but I wanted to do a more in-depth review of that facility, and so this is what it's all about here. So I hope you enjoy. Now, if you're in the Austin area, just take Highway 290 west right into Fredericksburg. If you're from San Antonio, then just take I-10 and then 87 up north and then 290 into town. Then once you're in town, just look for the intersection of Lincoln and Austin, and you can't miss it. It's right there. So when you go on in, make very, very sure that you collect all those visitor guides, because you're going to need it. It's a very big facility. It's over a block long. And of course, pick up a map of what's on the inside of the main museum. Like I said, it's about a block. There's all kinds of other facilities to see. So as you go on in, you'll notice there will be a lot of kiosks and informational poster boards on what led up to the World War II. Here we have a little mini sub. I think it had like a two-man crew. I think it was even used in the Battle of Pearl Harbor. I think this is either a B-25 or B-26. I think it was used in the Doolittle raid on Tokyo. Oh, shot up a fighter plane from some carrier. And a Japanese plane. This one could take off and land on water. More informational posters and kiosks. I think we're in the area of speaks more about the important battles of the war. I shall return, says MacArthur. Neat cannon. I think that's a Japanese one. Looks like this is an anti-aircraft gun. A Vickers machine gun. Another anti-aircraft gun. I'm pretty sure that's a Bofors. And some interesting models there. Sure, that's a battleship, obviously. Beat up Jeep. They're trying to simulate what's inside a, you know, a control room of a battleship. Restrooms or continue the tour. We'll continue the tour. This is an interesting little boat to ferry people between ships and the docks. I think this is a simulated periscope. And a Norton bomb sight from a B-29 bomber. Another interesting machine gun. Some old battle rifles that the Japanese used. Another simulation of a control room in a battleship or aircraft carrier. Uh-oh, we know what that is, right? Now outside they had a bunch of neat cannons on display.
And this is why we won the war. Our submarines can not only go underwater, but under the land too. And they had a memorial of all the U.S. presidents that had something to do with World War II in the Pacific in one way or another. And they also had some outdoor demonstrations, and in this case they're going to demonstrate on how to take out a Japanese pillbox. So we'll hide behind this tank and move forward and move on out. This looks like some kind of old Japanese cannon there, not quite sure. And that's the pillbox that they're going to take out. Yes, they are using real flamethrowers. You could feel the heat from the stands. That's the old Admiral Nimitz Museum right next door. Be sure to check it out. There he is. At one time, it used to be the family's hotel. And just across the street, well, once you go in, you'll find a neat portrait of him, and there are a few displays and models. Nothing as neat as next door. And across the street is his childhood home where he grew up at. I was getting hungry and I found the Fredericksburg Brewery. Great restaurant. And I found some chicken fried steak. Well, the tour ends here.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, found it, a little bit entertaining and also informative. If you're ever in Texas in the hill country, I do recommend going and visiting Fredericksburg, not just for the museum, but for a lot of the neat restaurants. Most of them are German, other kinds of American foods. The wineries are there. There's other museums. There's the parks nearby, and of course, you got your fast food too. So until next time, you guys be safe out there and take care.
I'm Francis Kiefel, and I approved this video.